I am so grateful for everybody who supports my channel. I think most people understand AFC Advocates for Children. Our whole point and purpose here is to try to spread awareness to the things that are going on with our babies to try to prevent this. Maybe even to try to advocate for more justice, more prison time for people who believe that it's okay to hurt kids, right? We want people to have a healthy fear, but it just seems like it's not spreading fast enough. We still get stories like this, and I want y'all to hear this and how insane some people in our society are, okay? Let me give you guys the fair usage. The details are going to be a little bit grim, so be prepared for that. If you can't handle that, I understand if you need to leave, but here we go. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm getting this story from lawandcrime.com. Y'all already know, one of my favorite sources. So shout out to Law and Crime. Let me give another disclaimer because the details are a little bit traumatizing. The following video contains material or information that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. So if you need to tune out, I get it, but that's what we're about to hear. We AFC over here. We're going to advocate for these babies, and we're going to stand up and listen to their stories. Law and Crime presents, and it says, an Illinois woman was accused of stabbing her 3 young children. And I forgot about this part. There's one huge detail that y'all are going to hear that's really probably going to grab at your heartstrings, let alone the whole story, but one part in particular. So brace yourself for that. This woman is accused of stabbing her 3 young children at their home. And one of the kids told the hospital staffers that their mom was allegedly trying to make them go to heaven, trying to make them go to heaven by taking their lives. This fool's name, let me get her face back up on the screen. I can't pronounce her name properly, so we're going to do this together. I wish I could show y'all on the screen. Oh, I think I can. Hold on. Do y'all mind holding on for a second? Let's take a look at this. Let's see if we can pronounce this together. Aurionah, oh shit. Aurionah-Rakii. Aurionah-Rakii. Like, what the heck does that even mean? I'm not going to act like I'm hella educated, like I can just read everything. Hell, I can't. All right? I only did 2 years of college. Aurionah-Rakii, what is it, like Mary? So Carrie Parker White. What kind of name is that? Aurionah-Rakii-Karie Parker White. That is her name. God knows why she's named that. She's 23 years old, allegedly, and was charged with 3 counts of attempted murder and 3 counts of aggravated battery to a child after she and her 3 children, let me say that again, her 3 children. Who forced her to have 3 children at 23 years old? Who is forcing any woman to have children that they don't want to have? Who is forcing any woman to have sex when they don't want to have sex? You know what they call that? That big R word, that big APE word, right? There's a charge for that. If you do that with a woman and she don't want it to happen, so therefore she had these kids, I'm assuming that she wanted to have them. You didn't use condoms, you didn't use preventatives, you didn't use prophylactics, you didn't use the day after pill, no plan B, no NuvaRings. No sponges, no nothing. 3 of them, 3 times, 3 strikes. Let alone the fact that abortion thing is an option. I'm not on either side of that. I'm just saying I just think that people should have options. So if that ain't on the table, then they have this thing called safe haven where you could actually give up custody very, very safely. at certain locations in every state in America. Safe haven is an option. Adoption is an option. Giving up custody to the father is an option. Think she did any of that? No. Babies for benefits, right? Babies for benefits. You cannot rationalize and say that she is a victim when you are choosing 34 different steps along the way, and then you make it seem like I play no role in this. Feel sorry for me. Woe is me. Hell no. How about that? Hell no. Because we're going to get to that here in a minute. She's charged with 3 counts of attempted murder and 3 counts of aggravated battery to a child after she and her 3 children, who are ages 1 year old, 3 years old, and 5 years old, so 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, had been getting pregnant since she started having sex, I guess, and hasn't learned to stop. No self-control. Were found by a tow truck driver outside their Chicago apartment, so I guess Chicago's taking an L on this. According to a courtroom reporting by WMAQ, a local NBC affiliate, prosecutor said on Saturday, and this is why people tune into my channel, to hear that opinion. That is my opinion. People get mad about it if they want to, but it's the correct opinion, right? I'm not a news station. I'm just a concerned father that's tired of seeing this stupid ass shit happen when we have control over all of this. According to courtroom reporting, prosecutors said on Saturday that Parker White's 1-year-old daughter was spotted by a tow truck driver on Wednesday wearing nothing except a bloody diaper. According to court documents obtained by Fox affiliate WILD, the driver, who's 50 years old, then why did they give his whole name? I'm not going to read his whole name. Then reportedly saw the mother leaving the home carrying another one of her children who was also covered in blood. The man then rushed the family of 4 to a nearby hospital. They keep putting his name on here. That's weird. The man spoke to a local CBS affiliate, BBM, about his encounter with this mother, telling the outlet she kept screaming, like, I need help. Help me, my baby. I called the police. They didn't come. So at first I wasn't going to put them in my truck with blood, but I threw them all in the truck. Police said that all 3 children had wounds to their wrist and were admitted to the hospital in serious condition on Wednesday. Upon arriving at the scene, there was reportedly a trail of blood going from the apartment out to the street. Prosecutors stated that the mother, Parker White, allegedly told several law enforcement officers that she stabbed her children and knew what she did was wrong. Her apparent reason for the alleged attack was the stress of having to care for children alone. Her reason was stress. Can I keep it real with you guys? And I'm going to just be real, and I'm going to take a moment to be real. And I believe that people like this are just fucking stupid. She's grown. She is an adult. She ought to be standing on her own 10 toes when it comes to accountability. So don't go making excuses for her. She's was young, y'all. She's didn't know no better. She's didn't have no help. Yous don't know the plight of a black woman and her doing it alls by herself, y'all. I'm so tired of hearing that fucking slavery talk bullshit. And continue to keep seeing these whores, continue to keep doing this type of shit to kids, and then you make excuses. It's like, how do you ever expect a person to get better if you continue to excuse bad behavior? One thing that I know as a parent and as a father, from a father's perspective, and shout out to my daughter's mother, we had me and my daughter's mother and her mom and my dad and cousins and family and friends. And there was still a level of stress of me just trying to raise one child, let alone two, let alone three. There was a large level of stress that comes along with raising any child. So if you know that there is a high stress level of raising a child, do y'all hear me? Right? You said I'm so right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best to just give this from the heart. If there's a high level of stress with raising one child, why the fuck would you do it a second time? And why the fuck would you do it a third time when you're the mother? See, it's different when men go out and have sex with multiple women. He has no say-so in whether those women choose to either get rid of that pregnancy, don't get pregnant, or get pregnant, have the kid, no matter what your input is on that or not. Depending on what your relationship or influence is, that's all you can do is influence it, but you can't make the choice for them, their body, their choice. Am I right or wrong? Of course I'm right. So if that's the case, then comparing a man and a woman is completely different in these situations. One man can go out and get 100 women pregnant if they choose to allow that to happen. Right? In this situation, she's no victim to say that you as a man, I accept you, you want me, I want you, I accept your seed, receive your seed, no protection. You don't have to wear protection, so don't wear protection. You get pregnant the first time, you go through it, you know how hard it is on your body to do that. You produce the kid, now you got one kid. How old were these children? 1, 3, and 5. They usually had a second kid by within 24 months, so it looks like that was the case here. 5 years old, the oldest. Within 24 months, she's pregnant again. Then within 24 more months, she got pregnant again. But that's society's fault. She plays no role in that. If this was your daughter, your child, your kid, you would not point the finger at your own kid and say, hey, maybe your ass need to stop getting pregnant. Stop having sex. One kid was already stressful. I guarantee you at 17, 18 years old, she couldn't provide for herself. Most 17 to 18-year-olds can't. Unless you are rare. Most can't take care of themselves, let alone a kid, let alone know how to manage a relationship at 18 years old. So why would you make it worse by doing it again and then doing it again as a choice? To me, at this point, with as much information as out there, with as many podcasts that are out there, with as many apologists that are out there, but you also have people like me who have heard my videos over the past 8 to 9 years, have heard my voice, and heard me castigate these stupid ass people. Why would you continue to keep doing that knowing the consequences? All you're doing is multiplying the problems. 15 months after each child, thank you. That's crazy. I don't even think it's crazy. I just think it's stupid. I definitely come to your channel for your opinion. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you. I thank you guys for keeping an open mind, as I always say, an open mind as well as an open heart, because that is my message as a father to girls who are literally about to be, my daughter is damn near this woman's age. So yes, you don't think I'm having these conversations with my kids? You're damn right. And I'm praying and hoping that my babies will make smart decisions and not be a fucking dummy and say, I know this was hard, but I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep running my car to a brick wall, y'all. And think that I'm not supposed to think, you know what? At some point, you're grown. You make your own choices. You know what? That was just a stupid ass choice. You know it was stupid and you keep doing it. Like what did they call that when you know something's not working but you continue to keep doing it anyway? What is that, insanity? Maybe she's just insane. Maybe she's just insane. The news reported that a nurse and security guard at the hospital told police that The mother, Parker White, allegedly said, "I did it because she had no help." So you probably didn't have help with the first kid. Why would you make a second kid? If you didn't have help with the second kid, why would you have a third one? Yes, I don't have no help with none of them, so let's just keep making more of them. Maybe you thought you were going to get benefits, Section 8, food stamps. I don't know what you thought. And it doesn't matter. According to WMAQ, the helper said that, I'm going to just say the helper. The helper said that Parker White's 5-year-old son reportedly attempted to console his mother. Her son tried to console his mother. If this is not, what do they call that? When you love your abuser, what is that called? What is the term when you love your abuser? What is the term? Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome. Let's look it up, and I'm going to give y'all the definition of Stockholm syndrome, and let's see if it applies. Maybe it do, maybe it don't. Hold on. Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome is a psychological response where hostages or abuse victims, this is an abuse victim, develops positive feelings and loyalty towards their captors or abusers. This can manifest a sense of trust, empathy, or even affection for the person holding them captive or inflicting harm. This is the actual freaking definition. It is a coping mechanism that develops in response to prolonged captivity or abuse. Is that literally not the definition? The boy tried to console his mother, and guess what he said? He told her, "It's going to be all right, mama." And he told his mama not to cry. The kids are great, just not the mom. The little boy also allegedly told hospital staff that his mother was going to make them go to heaven, prosecutors said. In addition to her attempt to kill her children, Parker White reportedly told police that she also wanted to kill herself. But you know how ironic the fact that they never are successful doing it to themselves, but they'll do it to other people. Just thought that was ironic. After the mother's court appearance on Saturday, a judge ordered that she be held in Cook County Jail until she goes to trial. Her next court appearance is scheduled for June the 6th, which was about 20 days ago from today, depending on when you're watching this. Said it's stupid syndrome. I agree. Or Munchausen syndrome. Let me see if I can look that up. What is that? Now more commonly known as a factitious disorder imposed on self. A mental disorder where a person intentionally fakes illness to gain attention. Oh, no. Okay. So no, that's actually Stockholm syndrome. So not that. So it's definitely Stockholm for sure. Let me give you guys the fair usage, and we'll watch a couple news videos, and then we'll wrap up.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
I'm so grateful when people choose to support this channel, so thank you all to everybody who chooses to donate and even just hit the thumbs up and leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. I think that these stories are important. I think that this message that I give out is important enough that share it with somebody else. It might shock them at first, but I think most people who have a heart will understand where I'm coming from. They'll get it if you have a heart, if your heart is in the right place. Now, do me a favor and please hit that thumbs up. Take a look at these news videos. Fair usage. I'm going to play them all. They're short. Here we go.
We spoke with a man who says he transported the woman and 3 young children to St. Bernard's Hospital before they were transferred here to Comer Children's Hospital. He said he called police, but did not want to wait a minute before getting them help. An investigation underway on the south side tonight after 3 children were found stabbed. And now a 33-year-old woman is in police custody. Chicago police say this happened just before 6 on the 7100 block of South Harvard in the Inglewood neighborhood.
I saw the baby laying right there on the ground.
That's when a tow truck driver says he saw a baby on the sidewalk, then saw a woman come out with another toddler in her arms, followed by an older child. All children, he says, were covered in blood. Devon Stringfellow says that's when he decided to put them in his truck and get them to help. He says this is what the woman said as soon as they arrived to St. Bernard Hospital.
Yeah, when we was in the back, the security guard asked her that, he like, what happened? She was like, I did it because I got 3 different baby daddies and ain't nobody trying to help me. That's when he grabbed her and took her and put her in that room.
Police say the 33-year-old woman allegedly stabbed the 3 children, including a 5-year-old boy, a 3-year-old boy, and a 1-year-old girl. Investigators would not say what the relationship is between the 3 children and the woman, but Devon says one of the most heartbreaking moments as he was taking them to the hospital was hearing this from the 5-year-old boy.
The little boy told her, and this is what hurt me the most, because the little boy in the truck gonna say, Mama, don't cry, it's gonna be all right.
Last we heard, all 3 children are in serious condition and charges are still pending.
Breaking news. In just the last few hours, we've learned a mother has been charged with attempted murder, accused of stabbing her 3 young children. Investigators say 23-year-old Aurionah-Rakii-Karie Parker White slashed the wrists of the children in an Inglewood home. She was arrested Wednesday night at the hospital where the children, ages 1, 3, and 5, were being treated.
A Southside woman in custody tonight suspected of stabbing 3 young children's wrists.
The details in this story are disturbing, and WGN's Angelica Sanchez is joining us live from Comer Children's Hospital, where the 3 are being treated now.
Good evening to you both. That's right. We've learned through sources that it was the children's own mother taken into custody tonight. Police tell us that they were called out just before 6 p.m. this evening to the 7100 block of South Harvard for someone asking for help. We've learned the suspect is a 33-year-old woman. Police say she took her children to St. Bernard Hospital. The 3 children are a 1-year-old girl, a 3-year-old boy, and a 5-year-old boy. Police say she stabbed each child in their right wrist with a sharp object. The children have since been rushed here to Comer Children's Hospital. Street pastor Donovan Price often helps victims of crimes. He was here hoping to speak with the children's family, but says none are present at the moment. He says he's at a loss for words after learning what happened.
Last I heard, serious condition. Just a, you know, there's sometimes all you can do is pray, I think is the saying, and in this type of situation, at all levels, that we want to pray.
Again, we've learned through sources that it was the children's mother taken into custody tonight, and charges are pending. Live outside Comer Children's Hospital, Angelica Sanchez, WGN News.
Charges now filed after 3 young children were stabbed in their wrists earlier this week. 23-year-old Ariana Parker White accused of stabbing the children Wednesday in the 7100 block of South Harvard Avenue. She's facing multiple felony charges tonight, including attempted first-degree murder and aggravated battery of a child.
Very unique story. I have some very unique opinions. Again, I hope everybody understands where I'm coming from. I hope everybody can respect where I'm coming from and just use what I talk about to make a difference in your home, in your family, in your city, in your neighborhood, in your states. AFC advocating for children starts at home, okay? Pray for those children because they are definitely already suffering, believing that their mom loves them, and she doesn't. She's not a good person, and people like this do not deserve to have reproductive organs. Hashtag TTO, she does not need to have ovaries to produce any more children, and she should never be allowed to be around these kids again. Hope she gets the maximum sentence under penalty of law. You just can't fix stupid, and I just think that's what she is, okay? Keep those children in your prayers. AFC Advocates for Children will put children first. From my heart to yours, I love you all. Thank you guys for listening. Subscribe and share it with your favorite true crime groups, okay? Thank you.